All right, so you sent over this document from Texas Telehealth about semaglutide, and it's about using it for weight loss. They're calling it a potential miracle cure. But we're going to take a deep dive and see if that claim holds water. One of the things that jumped out at me is that it's not just another appetite suppressant.
Yeah, you're right. It is different. Semaglutide is interesting because it works by mimicking a naturally occurring hormone. It's called GLP-1, and it's a key player in how our bodies process food.
So it's not just about tricking your body into feeling full. It's about actually influencing the biological processes behind how you use energy.
Exactly. To understand how it works, think of it like this. When you eat a meal, your body releases GLP-1. This hormone stimulates the release of insulin, which helps your cells absorb glucose for energy and regulates blood sugar levels. GLP-1 also acts on the brain, specifically targeting the hypothalamus, which is involved in regulating appetite and feelings of fullness.
Oh, wow. So it's like semaglutide is essentially stepping in and amplifying a natural process that our bodies already use to regulate weight.
Precisely. And because it acts on these fundamental mechanisms, it's been shown to be quite effective. In fact, some studies indicate that semaglutide might be more effective for weight loss compared to older medications like Contrav or Qsymia.
Yeah, and the document from Texas Telehealth actually highlights that claim. They seem pretty confident in its effectiveness. But given your expertise, what's your perspective on comparing different weight loss approaches?
Well, it's crucial to remember that every individual is different. What works incredibly well for one person might have a less dramatic effect on another. This is why a holistic approach is so essential. It's about looking at the bigger picture: your diet, exercise routines, sleep patterns, stress levels. All of these factors play a role.
So it's not just about finding a quick fix, it's about creating sustainable lifestyle changes.
Exactly. Medications like semaglutide can be a really valuable tool, especially in helping to establish healthier habits. But they work best when they're just one part of a broader strategy. For long-term health and wellness,
that focus on sustainable change is really interesting, especially given this statistic it's cited in this Texas Telehealth document. A staggering 73% of American adults are overweight or obese. Clearly, there's a huge need for effective solutions here. And this program presents semaglutide as a potential game changer. But for our listener who might be wondering, how does it actually translate into weight loss? We touched on appetite regulation, but is there more to it?
Yeah, you're right. It's not just about willpower. Remember how we talked about GLP-1's role in slowing down gastric emptying? That's key because it means food stays in your stomach longer, which naturally leads to a feeling of fullness and a reduced desire to eat. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Research suggests that GLP-1 might also directly impact the reward pathways in the brain.
Reward pathways. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Okay, so when we eat foods high in sugar, fat, or salt, our brains release dopamine. It's a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and a reward. This dopamine rush reinforces those cravings, making us more likely to reach for those less healthy options. What's remarkable is that studies show GLP-1 may actually modulate dopamine release in these reward centers, potentially reducing the intensity of cravings and those impulsive snack attacks.
Wow, so it's almost like semaglutide is helping to rewire those deeply ingrained patterns in our brains.
In a sense, yes. By influencing these reward pathways, semaglutide could make it easier to break free from those cravings and make healthier, more sustainable food choices.
That's incredible. Now, the Texas Telehealth document mentions some pretty dramatic weight loss figures, with some individuals losing up to 25% of their body weight within a year. Are those claims realistic?
While it's true that some studies have shown remarkable results, and 25% weight loss is certainly achievable for some individuals, it's essential to approach those numbers with a balanced perspective. Weight loss is a multifaceted journey, and everyone's body responds differently. Genetics, lifestyle choices, underlying medical conditions, these all play a role in determining how much weight a person might lose.
So while semaglutide can be a powerful tool, it's not a guaranteed ticket to a specific weight loss number.
Exactly. It's about working with your body, not against it. And this is where the idea of lifestyle modifications becomes crucial.
Yeah, I imagine the Texas Telehealth program emphasizes those lifestyle changes as well.
Absolutely. In fact, their document specifically highlights the importance of combining semaglutide with healthy habits for long-term success. They emphasize that it's not just about the medication, it's about using it as a springboard to establish a healthier relationship with food and exercise.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's not just about the drug itself, but how it can support those broader lifestyle changes. Now, one thing that really stood out to me in the Texas Telehealth document was their emphasis on affordability and accessibility. They even include vitamin B12 in their semaglutide program to combat nausea, which we know can be a common side effect. Have you seen other programs take a similar approach?
You're right. Making these types of treatments affordable is incredibly important, especially when we're talking about long-term health plans. And addressing side effects like nausea is certainly a priority. However, it's essential for patients to have a comprehensive understanding of all potential side effects and to prioritize their safety and proper medical oversight above all else.
So while the inclusion of vitamin B12 is a positive step, it's not a guarantee that everyone will have a completely smooth experience.
Precisely. The Texas Telehealth document itself does mention the possibility of gastrointestinal issues, even with the added B12. While these side effects might be less intense for some, it highlights the importance of open communication with a qualified healthcare provider.
That's such a crucial point. Even when something is presented as a potential solution, it's never a substitute for personalized medical advice. This deep dive into semaglutide has been really eye-opening. We've covered its potential benefits, the importance of a holistic approach, and the crucial role of informed decision-making. As we wrap up, is there a final thought you'd like to leave our listener with as they continue exploring this topic?
Absolutely. I think the key takeaway here is that semaglutide can be a valuable tool in the fight against obesity, but it's not a magic bullet. As we've discussed, it's most effective when it's part of a comprehensive strategy that includes healthy lifestyle modifications such as diet and exercise. And as with any medication, it's crucial to have a thorough understanding of its potential benefits and risks, which is why consulting with a healthcare provider is so essential.
Well said. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and making informed decisions that prioritize both your short-term and long-term health and well-being. And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive into semaglutide. We've explored the science, the claims, and the crucial considerations. Remember, this isn't just about the number on the scale. It's about your overall health and developing a sustainable approach to a healthier you. And as the Texas Telehealth document points out, it's about potentially resetting your relationship with food. As you move forward, consider this. How much of that reset comes from the medication itself, and how much is driven by the behavioral changes it might inspire? Something to ponder as you continue your own exploration.